Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another explained video. And today we're going to be talking about In Sound Mind. For those that don't know about In Sound Mind, it's a witty first-person psychological horror with phonetic puzzles and unique boss fights. We follow Desmond Wales, a psychologist who lives and works in the small town, Milton Haven. It's a great story and I highly recommend a play if you get the chance, as there is a lot of story to uncover and not to mention, it's fun. And you can be sure that I will be uploading a few explanation videos and theories on it. So if you like the sound of that and you would be interested, make sure you hit subscribe and be notified when they come out. Anyway, shameless promotion out the way, and I would like to quickly clarify, I did get the game a little earlier for free from the studios. It's actually been such a blessing having a bit of time to actually work on these videos. It's really nice. So anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into the video. And of course, before I forget, the usual spoiler warning for, in general, the whole In Sound Mind, because we are going to be talking about a majority of the game. So with that being said, you've been warned, let's get into this video. So, who is the creature or person that we see around the world and in the story of In Sound Mind? So let's start with the basics. What do we know about him? Well, apart from his terrible smoking habit, not a lot at the start of the game, other than the fact that he's always lurking, and somehow always appears to give us a fright, without being seen or heard. Knowing his presence is always somewhat close is what adds to the tension of Sound in Mind. It's a very clever way to make Desmond paranoid. From what we see in-game and the interactions that we receive from Agent Rainbow, we can assume that no one other than Desmond has contact with him or can see him. We could assume that he is the only one that has been using the phone and calling Desmond at key moments in the story and game. The phone calls can be very interesting to say the least, as they can usually consist of a few different types of behaviours from Agent Rainbow. Calls that induce fear and chills that fill Desmond with dread, remind Desmond that he's a terrible person, and sometimes even calls that almost aid and does aid Desmond. It's interesting, it's almost as if Agent Rainbow has some kind of sympathy for him, or some type of reason for him to keep going. It's very safe to assume that the notes in anything related with the texture of the chemicals is coming from Agent Rainbow. It's actually very interesting that a lot of the notes and letters can be described in the same way as the phone calls, more often than not, through Agent Rainbow leaving subtle clues as to what, where and who. It's as if he already knows or has some type of information that Desmond and Agent Rainbow share. I also want to talk about the jump scares that Agent Rainbow provides, as they're actually very unique and interesting, and they're so well timed and often when you least expect them, a rare occurrence with most modern horror games. It's interesting, the jump scares often come when you least expect this, and often it's a space where you would feel most calm in a way from other chaos that would be going on, and your mind taking a moment to calm down and ignore surroundings and, take a moment to relax. It's as if Desmond is not doing anything that requires some thought. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear that throughout the game we get to understand exactly what Agent Rainbow actually is. And ladies and gentlemen, Agent Rainbow is nothing, but has been created by one of the most powerful weapons in all of existence, the mind. Agent Rainbow is Desmond's manifestation of paranoia. Agent Rainbow is equal parts quirky and disturbing. He is always sneaking around, leaving odd and scary notes and messing with Desmond. It explains why, at one moment, he wants to aid Desmond, and then the next second, bring Desmond down. And not to mention, trying to kill him sometimes. I hear that can be quite an interesting detail. But the scary part about Agent Rainbow is the fact that it's part of Agent Rainbow's plan. to consistently bring Desmond up and down, trying to wear him down, until Agent Rainbow, the paranoia, can take over his psyche forever, and thus Desmond giving in to his paranoia, slowly chipping away until Desmond finally loses his sanity. And that's why I believe in the game there is so much emphasis on not losing your mind very early on. It's also interesting how Desmond has portrayed Agent Rainbow, as Desmond is paranoid of the government and its hidden plans for Desmond and his patients. That's why he has features like an old-timed government official with his long coat, camera and hat, and his forever-looking red beady eyes staring at you. It's interesting, actually, you get to see in the art book some of the development that they went through with Agent Rainbow, and I must say, they definitely landed on the correct version of Agent Rainbow, as this one plays so much more, I believe, into his psyche, rather than being just a government schmuck who's just going about workday and collecting data and making sure that he conceals any evidence that he may find. Whereas the Agent Rainbow we see in the game is actually very mystic, like unpredictable and quirky. It goes so wow with the voice as well as how the character moves, because that was one of my favorite things about Agent Rainbow, was how he gets around and, you know, he's just there one minute and next he's not. It's the tidbits that he leaves behind and the messages he sends Desmond. It's a beautifully accurate way of depicting paranoia from within one's mind, and one that is losing its sanity. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about Agent Rainbow, and if you've played the game, what you think about him, what you think about his little quirks and, you know, his dialogue cues. I find them really fun. And if you didn't, make sure you hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of video and content, and let me know what you think in the comments below again. I'll be covering In-Sound Mine more on the channel for the next few weeks, so if there is anything you want me to touch upon or take a look at, please let me know. We have unlimited tools at our disposal, especially game dev wise. We can take a crack at some of the textures. We could even have like a fly cam going, because I think the game is made in Unity. So again, if you want to see anything, let me know. And I can confirm that we are going to be talking about all the patients in detail when the game is fully released, so we don't spoil it for anyone else, because there are a lot of information that I think people are going to miss, but it is so well crafted, I feel like it needs to be touched on. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, thank you ever so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, I wish you the best morning, day or night wherever you are in the world. Stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next fairy video.